Perfect. Okay. お願いします。
お願いします。
Very good. Okay. Let's go a little bit loosen it up. Okay, and your friends are back. Set this aside. Rotating. Great, then take inside outside. Wave. This is the body draw down, so that the one's going to spiral around the body. You drop down. Right, roll the shoulders. And change it forwards. Forwards. Hips. Direction. Straighten the legs. Yeah. Keep rolling them up. Change direction. Splitting them, skipping that circle again. Changing the direction. Sit into the middle. And hands onto the knees. Looking over the shoulder. Reaching down on the leg, up to the ceiling. Yep. In a second. Like that. Open on the leg. downwards. Is that good. Great. Okay, going to the front hip. Taking the opposite hand down. Chin up with the other hand. In the leg. Down. Chin up. Great. Bring the feet back. And work out. Pressing through the heels. And then up the legs. Yeah, hold it a little bit. Great, walking the feet in. Let the body fall forward. Position from the knees. Back up. Stand up. Okay. Okay, just work out the shoulders and nails a little bit. Strong. Center. Out to the sides. Okay, and reversing the movement. Okay, great. Bringing the just together. Roll out the wrists. Making the fingers a little bit. Okay, press the palms together. Taking the fingers back. Just take the stretch a little bit towards the body inside. And take a little bit outside. Wait. Great. And then making a fist. Keep the fist just curling the hand towards the armpit. Just adjusting the inside. Side. Good. And then taking the fingers, palm out towards the body. And then a little bit away inside the body. A little bit to the outside. Shift that hand out. And the same on the other. Fingers here. A little bit towards the body. And wait. Make it fist. And towards the body. Arm out. Good, towards the body. Shaking out of the wrist. Up and down. Sides. And down. Clean up the legs. Right, shaking up all bottom. Okay, very good. Okay, take a walking. Right. Okay, go into the first degree straight in. Chin up back. Good. Do a little bit of Zengo, giri. Very good. Okay, we'll take it to number 2. Working with this Takemusu Bukiwaza. Back. Good. Take it into number 4. So just working with a step each time. Still working with a 𝒊𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒃. Step on the curve. Great, we're going to a yokomenuchi. Again, just one step, one cut each time. Good, and then taking it to a number 6, working with the ski side. Great, and then to a number 7, right cut, left ski.
Okay, good. So we'll just work forwards and backwards, kind of a shadow of Gono Ase. So working with number 5, Fitsuguri. For the attack, just work with, depending on space 2 or 4 attacks. You're working with the attack coming off the line here. And you can choose, you can either concentrate it to the head, this way, where you kind of finish towards the, where you would cut in the exercise, kind of towards the shoulder area. Work if you're working in the distance where I'm just off the body. Or you can cut through to the center, but the key thing is this, the kind of hip work where you're going in, but you're taking the body off the line. You can either finish at the head or back. And then work with also coming back. In this case, wedging on the line and cutting straight through. So you've got a yokomen cut, let the hip adjust, drop in. So you see these kind of hip work exercises. You want to bring the body off the line. Settle the hip. Line, settle the hip. Settle the hip. Come back to the same thing. You just want the whole body to move in the same direction. And settling through the end of the movement. So one wedging off the line, more wedging on the line in this case. Okay. We'll take it to Sichi, so working from the left side for the attack. Again, you're wedging the line, so coming off the line here. This case, you get the block hip. Your sword gets pressed down, and then you want to connect that hip work. And you're going to wedge off the line, but you're going to spiral the sword into a ski this way. Okay, and coming back, the same idea. You're going to catch the sword here, making contact with it, and then from the hip, drop the sword in. This way, and then from here you'll roll it back the hip and back with the hips, and the sword finishes back onto the center line, so finishing with the ski. This one, you're rolling back, catching, and then release the upper body, roll back, finish with the ski position. Strike in, it gets pressed down, you receive it, you roll it off the line. Coming back, you catch the yokomen, drop it down, roll it back, finish. So again, the main thing is just kind of teaching the hip work for the kumitachi. Good. And then we just do one last exercise. Maybe it's only for the defending side this time, but we'll just do the kind of the blueprint for the kumitachi now. So with the gono-asa, you're coming back and you're cutting down to the center line each time. So every cut's a kind of finish. And here, finish whether it's left or right side. What you do now, more leading into the kumitachi, think of this left movement now as a roll back and a block out to the side. And then here, this movement, think of this as a go back and a finishing in. So with the gono-asa, you're kind of blending back. Yeah, cutting down to the hip. Look at that center line. And in this case, you've got two different, slightly different movements. You've got the left side, which is a roll back block, and the right side, which is really a finish coming in, which you can do either, most of the time we do it going back to give space this way, finishing it, but you can also do this on the spot. But the key thing is the feeling in the cut, the sense that you're wedging a block, again on the line, and then you're wedging in to the finish this way. Yes, those two moves, you've got one's a block, one's a finish. Okay, Ben, great, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good. Block and finish. Good. Okay. Very good. Okay, so we'll take this into the kumitachi. We'll just work with three nice simple form. But for the first case, in this case, looking at that beginning action, so you've got this similar that kind of action you've got in the 𝒕𝒂𝒆𝒄, but in this case, it's got a kind of snap to it. So you're looking to blow the person off the center line and basically open them up for a strike. So just think about here getting the hips into that kind of snap and tracking back onto the center line. And then my intention is to cut towards the head this way. Also thrust in, generally lead up to a strike, but just play with this. So the intention is to snap in and cut in this way. So a nice, sharp, clear movement. Remember, as quiet as possible going into it. That and come in. Work with that, and then we'll bring the rest of it. Just look for one thing here, which is they're both a kind of separation, but they both big signals for it. One is that the arms move first, or the tip of the sword goes out, and nothing happens here. So something like that happens, and then this happens. This is really, once I've split, that's very hard to get the center behind it, because even if I do, it's right out, and then this action's really too slow. So by the time that's happened, the person's either responded, and come in probably cut the wrist in this case. And the other one is where I'm kind of connected, but I pull the center out and the sword stays ready. So something like this happens, and then I engage the center with the sword. But think in this one, what you're looking to do, that kind of exercise we were doing yesterday, that sense where the tip and the center are connected, you're looking for that, but you're looking to bring it together. So look for now basically the center and the tip of the weapon to move together. So you've got one where either the hands go out or the center. It's in a way the second one's the right kind of way to go, because I want the center to be initiating it, but I don't want it to split out and then do it. Yeah, it's a kind of big signal. The center moves, he's about to move, and then the sword moves. So, but look for something where it's a kind of shock where you move them both together that way, something like that. Yeah, that's it. Play with that connection. It's just getting the connection from the hips, the hands, and extending it to the tip. Do you feel it? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, great. So playing with we're going to actually, you've got to take this. You've got this, which needs to stay stronger, because I want to bring in open up the form so I can go into the attack. But before I've done that, the person's responded coming through to the side of the head with the attack. So just think about now keeping that intention strong, but rolling back into a block here. And then you change into the finish. You've got 3 movements, but they're really more like 2. So you've got this initiation, this, change to the block, change into the finish. Now about changing the plan, you've got one plan here to go in, change it into the block, change into the finish. Okay, good. We'll just play with the attacking side. So there's two ways you can do it. You can just imagine that you get the sword kind of hit and you're responding to it. Or I tend to use sounds in the environment and use those as my kind of guide to go. When I used to be in the Montreal dojo, there was always lots of dogs kind of barking, whoa, and I used to just wait for the dog to bark, and I used the bark to go for the attack. So this is a good way to do it because you've got a kind of outside, or you've got an external impulse to go for it. But look for now this. Just do a few with the keyhole. So you've got that response coming out to the side for the head, and then coming around again here to cut to the head. Just do these both nice focused. You're cutting both times for the head in this case. So you've got an impulse coming in and then around to the side this way. So they're both wedging off the line. The main thing is just that kind of go at the beginning. So you've got that position where I'm being blown off the center line, and I need to respond by rotating the body out to the left side. So again, in this case. Good. That's it. Great, and then just play with taking it into a kind of kinagari approach. So the main thing now, you've got that same movement here, this. Now think as that contact comes in with the block, the person making this movement, I want to just roll off that contact. So you want to kind of let the body flow around that point this way. And the same thing, you want the feet kind of flowing, because as that contact comes in, I want the back foot just to be slightly grounded, just into the ball of the foot. That contact comes in, and then I just press out for the next strike. So to kind of flow around the block in this one for the attack. Flow around. And then both attacks for the head in this case. So just trying to weave around for the next attack. The main thing to feel is just this one continuous movement of the whole body. Two attacks, but one movement, basically. Yeah, nice. That's it. Okay, we'll take it to some variation. So this is the kind of attack you're dealing with. So as you come to this position, basically the person's flowing around straight onto the head this way. So play with, I'll give you a few options. These are all on the second one. So you've got this, and you've got the finish. So you've got the basic one, just flow back. I think of these like head, stomach, knee, as you do these attacks in the second one. So you've got this, I go for the head, the back of the neck, this way. You go for the stomach this way with a slice, or you go for the knee here, coiling in. They got to attack the front knee. So just play these, you've got these three different levels, and you've got the basic finishing cutting through the center line. Or you just mobilize the body out. Variation for the second. Yes. Look, it's a little bit more detail, but we'll do another set. These go on the first one. So there's 3 different times in this case. You can go for different targets, or in this case, there's 3 different timings. They go with different parts of the cut. So this goes on the first move now. So this position, where you would come back and make the block. So the first one is you blend with the cut. You, rather than going back into a block, you coil in and you finish onto the body this way. So as you press out, coil in, and you cut down to the body. And this is blending with their cut here. And as they cut, you're basically landing onto the body and taking the balance out. It goes boom, boom. Yeah, good.
Which is what we did with Aaron on Sunday.
Ah, cool. Great. You've reinforced the training. Good. Right, good. I'll show you 3. So there's the second one. This one goes on the raise of the goes on the raise of the sword here. So, sorry, this one goes on the cut down of the sword, but here, coming down into it. So this is the tighter wedge. Now you take the left hand here, this down into the center line. So basically with this one, I'm blending with the cut down, but I don't allow them to finish it. So as they cut in, here, my sword here, and I basically press it down into the body this way. So this one goes here. I release the left hand, step through, press down, extend right down the sword. So you end up in that position. That's it. So you're really wedging the left hand. That's it. Good. This. Good, and then the third one is similar, but you go now with the raise. So as they're raising it up into the cut, you go here, this one, and you come in below it this way. So this guy's releasing the left hand. You got that, and then you just let the body, this time you go right down the center, so you're screwing the hips in and bringing the sword up. This goes right to the throat. All these 3 are kind of controls in a way. They involve kind of movements which you can use to cut and thrust, but they're basically like a kind of suppressive movement. So you've got one coming down, blending with the cut down. The second, not allowing them to finish, controlling the center. And then this third one, blending up with the strike, with the raise, blending with the raise. So these are 3 different timings that have different kind of technical specifics. Yeah. Right. If you're playing with these, the main thing is just think about that very first movement. It should give me the ability, once I've done that, if I'm in balance with that, it should give me the ability to either come in for that strike, to change into a block, or to change into one of these variations. But that, what I'm looking for is basically the ground in that movement, so that it gives me the ability to move the body into one of those, or to any of those movements, basically. Great. Okay, perfect. We'll bow out that. Perfect. Okay. どうもありがとうございました。Great. Very good. Thank you very much.